First, please take a deep breath. Inhale fully. And exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale. Just please relax. Just loosen your tension physically, mentally. Just relax as it is, where you are at this moment. Then please open this prayer booklet. Page 5. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds,
may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings.
In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached.
By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings.
In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most
excellent, take refuge until enlightenment is reached.
By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Next page. May all other sentient beings boundless the sky
have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow.
May they rest in
equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
May all other sentient beings boundless the sky
have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
May all mothers and beings boundless the sky
have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Thank you. Dorje Konchog Jojo don't get you to not the Lomar Yoruba consult of the Tambi Church, remember Samba Dobra Tamji and Good evening, everybody. Today we let's read this page. Today, should we start from young? Kazan, the lamla, Junde, Tuni to Chubata, Tuni to Rusun Chumata, Tini Nime, Nisumeba, Nebata, Sumte, Tirwa, Tia, she lam de Usumki Dubaos, or Tatima, or Takaranchi Lona Shada.
Okay. So, at the bottom of page 8, the ground, path, and fruition are also included in the following explanation, the following 3. Practicing on the path according to causality within emptiness, and emptiness emerging as causality, and these two abiding indivisibly.
So here, just a different way of explaining about the ground, Mahamudra, the path, Mahamudra, and fruition, Mahamudra. As you know, there's called true truths, the truth of the reality, and so ultimate truth, and relative truth. See, this division is made depending because of the necessary of the ordinary people and for who follows the path. Actually, in reality, neither one is separated, from each other. So, because without the relative truth, there's no absolute truth. That very what we call relative truth itself is the nature of the absolute truth. So there's called appearance, and then appearance of that nature as it is. See, that what we see in our relative level, what we see from the eyes, from the hear, from the nose, and ears, and smell, from odor from the nose, the taste and the touch of the body. This all relative. This all are relative truth. It is one is called relative truth because they keep changing. They are constantly changing. Yes, it's like impermanent. So that itself is nothing but in the nature of the absolute truth. So we should understand that we went through that quite this last few days. It's because it's, the emptiness and all these things that exist, the form and the emptiness like this, there's no separation on that. So, but it is, we can't say it's no separation, but if in the relative level, individual's mind, those who cannot understand that very nature as it is, though we can see the form is changing, and we perceive as something real. That is the real. Sound we hear, so that's real. And that is something that individual in the world, people experience these things. And that what people experience, we cannot say this is wrong, It's absolutely right. At the same time, those practitioners, as you see these things, hear these sounds, and then gradually, when you have the mental capacity, when you have the mental development relation that, and we perceive differently, keep changing, see, it's very clear. That's why I say in the Dharma practice you see, so you have to see all sentient being as your mother. See, that helps us to change our perception, Before we may perceive those individuals like enemy, they are so destructive, I hate them, These kind of things happen. But then after studying these things, with the reason, with how it is, how it kind of stands for, with that understanding, slowly, no, they are deluded, they are suffering, they don't know, and they want peace and happiness, but they don't know how to handle these things. And then there comes the kind of real kind of compassion manifests in the mind, and that see how much it is changing. And then also as I mentioned, when you see everything's permanent, real, so then if you talk about the impermanence, so that's right, it is impermanent. I made mistake, keep changing like that, So the impermanence is nothing to the religion. It is, as we talked about quite a bit, that's reality. So that impermanence also, there's many different levels of impermanence, as we discussed. The gross impermanence and subtle impermanence and very subtle impermanence. The most subtle impermanence is emptiness itself. So through this study and understanding and practice of the impermanence, allow us to realize emptiness. So this I see. So that's the reality nature. It's called as it is. So the appearance and as it is can be now we so there's it's in Tibet is called Chujin and Chunyi. Chujin is all the appearances, and Chunyi is a dharmata as it is. So that very appearances, what we see itself is nothing different from the dharmata. It's, when we could capture it. So this all, we do this as we have discussed that. All these things we do this to free from suffering. All the sufferings come from the delusion, and we don't want suffering. The purpose is that it's not something, a religious training. We are not trying to change our belief system or something, The all purpose is to free from suffering. So to free from suffering is we have to understand how our delusion is about and how we can eliminate the delusion. So that connects to the appearance and inside the mind. Then appearance outside itself is nothing but emptiness. So now, how it constitutes within the emptiness. See, so these are the what we're doing. So when you see all these my projections, what I project, all the appearances, when you see these things, yes, I see these things, but they don't stand as I project, as it appears to me, And then said, what is behind that? That appearance itself is nothing but dharmata, as it is, and dharma as such, or phenomena as such, So then look at that, then say, but the seeing that is called wisdom, the wisdom of the capturing as it is. When we could capture that meaning, that reality, nature as it is, then there's nothing to attach to that. See, there's nothing to hate about it. So when our mind is free from these three delusions, ignorance, attachment, aversion, then suffering is naturally exhausted. So then there's no fear to it. Like so when you see a monster, all showing the fangs and all this frowny face, you're so scared, Then you should say, if you see this just a mask, like a mask, stuff, put things in what do you call that? Put like a lot of stuff put inside the body, like the stuffy, like the tiger, like these things, looks very fierce, fierce, showing the fang, all this, and it's a stuff and a stuffy, Then say you are relaxed, If you perceive it as real, this is a real tiger, your heart is beating, So this is what Dharma study is about, the appearance of all these things. So this is what is now here telling about. So that's the purpose of the Dharma, and that will allow us to free from the suffering and the fear, all these things. That's how, that's as mentioned, how our mind is so complex. See, look at these things. So here it's saying, the ground, path, and fruitions, they are called. It's just, basically yesterday we went through, they all are in the same kind of state of the Mahamudra. There's no differentiation within the framework of the emptiness, Mahamudra, and the Panchaparamita, Yet for us, since we need a lot of levels to realize that, then we say it's the ground, Mahamudra. What is about that? To know about this. It's also called view, also the view of the Mahamudra, ground Mahamudra. So, okay, this you just intellectually established, investigate, study about it. When you understand that, you get the benefits. Now how I should practice? Then there comes the path, Mahamudra. Now you follow this, And then once we follow the path successfully, then we will experience the ground itself, and that's called fruition. So you see. So all fruition are also included in the following explanations. So practicing on the path according to the causality within an emptiness. This is something called, in Tibet we have Junte Tunyi Tun Jukpa. The causality like enters into the emptiness, allowing, so understanding, say the causality is the nature of the emptiness. You see, as in the Heart Sutra, the form is emptiness. You see, first you see the form, and then you see the form is all. You divide all through the intellectually. You investigate. So then, oh yes, form is not something exists kind of inherently as I perceive. So the nature of the form is emptiness. So that is called for the kind of saying, following the causality into the emptiness. This, this thing, maybe translation need to be little adjust. I don't know. Our translator knows better, but some idea. Yes.
Something about the causality.
Yes.
Emptiness emerges causality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you perceive all sentient beings
Yes.
as your mothers, you see them.
Yes.
They are empty of.
Yes. Empty.
Empty of being an enemy, for example.
Yeah. Empty. It's them being empty of the not inherently exist. Yeah.
Yes. And then if you can feel loving compassion,
Yeah.
would that be a causality then to like purify?
Yeah. So that is
That
it's,
would be a causality.
yeah. Causality, loving kindness practice is the causality that's special causality is that it becomes the cause.
Yeah.
To bring the real peace, first of all, in oneself. No, then from there you have some kind of a resource to bring happiness, peace to others. Yeah, so that's since sentient beings, their nature is inherently emptiness, and being without realizing that, no, and they suffer, no, so much, and then you see the, no, instead of being upset, angry about it, you just develop the, their suffering is endless until their delusion is exhausted, no, and then your mind is kind of through that wisdom, so it'll allow you to cultivate that compassion, you know. So it becomes such a resource for all the peace and happiness. So this is all causality, you see. So it's everything what we do is there's effect, you know.
But seeing that is emptiness and wisdom.
Yeah, yeah. So as I mentioned, here emptiness is, we are not negating anything. That's very important. We are not making emptiness, no, but how there functions within the emptiness and without separation. So this is here is, as I mentioned, the entering or following the causality into emptiness. You see, make sense? Yeah, this is what first is, no? Gyunde tunyi to jukpa. Gyudan debu, gyunde cause and effect, cause and result. No, following is English and word is in Tibetan. Literally, it's like entering into the emptiness. You know,
bringing. Maybe
going.
Bringing emptiness.
Or bringing, yeah.
Bringing causality into emptiness.
That's right. That's very good. Yes. So there's a lot of adjustment. You know.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah. So that's what we can, you know, work on that, like bringing the causality into emptiness. You know, so that you see through this analysis, through the meditation practices, all this through both. You know, then with that, so you get the understanding of what emptiness is about, this phenomena. So bringing all the causalities into emptiness. So that's called Gyunde Tunyi Tun Juba. So that's the first, you know, what's called foundation. You know, here said, or it's a part as well. You know. Then next what it said is Tunyi Gyunde Su Jungwa Dangwa. Sometimes la da da dang dang. And then the emptiness manifests into the causality. See, then you see form is emptiness and emptiness is the form. It comes that way. No? You see, so there's, as I mentioned, we are not negating If you're negating, that cannot happen. But since it's how the function of all these phenomena within that dimension, so then the causalities are manifest from the emptiness. So the path, you are progressing the path, you see. On the path, first you see, first bhumi. At the first bhumi, you realize all phenomena are nothing but empty. Then from there, it's not just mere empty. From the emptiness, then all the causalities manifest. That because of that, then you practice the Dharma from first bhumi to 10th bhumi. More you practice, more you have equipoise of meditative state, and greater your wisdom is. More qualities manifest. And your bodhicitta becomes stronger and stronger. Like that, you see. Then next you say, Tinyi yermeba neba. Then at the end, the both of this emptiness and the causalities are inseparable. There's no separation. So for the practitioners now experience. For the practitioners experience is now the appearance and emptiness are inseparable. So it is kind of the perfection of your meditation. Sometimes you have heard of before that there's no equipoise meditation or there's no post-meditation. So that's, you see. So when you meditate this way and experience this way, say the main purpose is as a mission. All the mental delusions have now no space to function. That's our very purpose. When these mental delusions has no place to exist, then that space and that dimension, uncreated peace is there. We no need to look for, because that very nature itself is total peace. The result, the Buddhahood, that's called fruition. So that fruition itself is no different from the ground Mahamudra. But we call that ground Mahamudra, the path Mahamudra, and fruition Mahamudra, you see. Make sense? So that's what is real. These teachings are very short, you see, but so precise, so clear. In our daily life, we have that in our life. Like, see, first you collect all the vegetables, it's ground Mahamudra. Then you start chopping, all this is part Mahamudra, Then you cook, it's end of the kind of like the part Mahamudra. Then you eat them. Then it's the fruition, You're fully satisfied, you see. And you're happy about that. I got a good lunch,
Since we are quoting the Heart Sutra here,
yeah.
Form is emptiness.
Yes, in its form, yes.
The unity of emptiness.
Yes. This last two, Yeah.
In the sutra, could you comment on that expression? There's a long section. In emptiness, there is no form, no taste. This form.
Yeah, in emptiness, yes.
That must be the unity, or how would you comment on that? Not distinguishing the...
In emptiness.
Yeah, it's the higher perspective.
That's at the in emptiness when you, again, still depends now. It dissolves into emptiness. Emptiness manifests into causality. So that's one thing. And this in this form and emptiness, then inseparable nature. That is the, how to say now? Yeah.
That is where you can say that
Yeah.
it is not
Yeah.
it is unity.
That's right. So this is it's the, even though this all nature of the Grand Mahamudra, but for the practitioners, now, right now we have a big, as yesterday we went through a big gap between meditation and post-meditation. It's a huge gap there. Now, in the meditation, it's supposed to be very calm, peaceful, Then in the post, well, our mind is so busy, we talk so much. More you talk, more busier the mind is, So this big gap. So then a meditator, a practitioner, that gap become less. Finally, even you talk, meditative. Buddha was teaching, all those teaching, Buddha teaching from the Mahamudra point of view. Because Buddha, there's no need to judge. Just everything just flows spontaneously. The needs of regarding to the needs of the sentient beings. So that is how Buddha is teaching from within the state of the Mahamudra. So that's so this also, yes, just look at this and it's so precious, you see. You no need to read a big book, Just contemplate on this, you see. Now, next here, we have Shini Dorje Tuten, Dawatame Shiben Dole, Kanshi Kele Kepa, Temaji, Tela Kevaranshi, Yomain Shebe, Kuken Tente Tini, Trobatan Trevor, Ranshindo, Nepa, said Nepa, Dorje Tusu, Dogdays, what the Kuken Tente Tini, Trobatan Trevor, Ranshindo, Nepa. Then Dorje Tusu, Tita Niluti, Dorje Tusu, Dogdays. Dogday, then Yamsha, Yamsha, Dunyi, Ingandun, Jupais, Dwa, and the Comte, that they go that the Dunis Jueva, with Jubare, Yamsha, Dunito, Jupains, the Dorje Ture, then Tishu de la Lamni Ruchiki duties. That Dotini Lam, Jela Rale, Kanta, Tongbani, Tony Kashi, Panya, Payaba, said the intelligence and there's Tignato, Payaba, the
Careful.
Vigilance, or careful, yeah, Payaba, yeah. Sometimes there's vigilance.
De gange sådan en lecture kælder, tøndak tig du, eller i en kamera. Carefulness,
Shebe, then Ruchiki to so Kukinji, then the Tinny Tombe, Tony Tayangale, Kundeki Puri Mendoro, Susul, Jonde, Lam Sunju Kam, Lobe Sunju Che Cha, Jebuni, Kondo Mebe, Duty, Tinisu, Meba Nebate, Tendi Yimbe, Kundeki, Tenjin Dewa Jongwe, Shida, Pap, Kasada. Shida Pap, then Kuntilin, the Bunji Jung, she so Mandebo Yunsu, Jongwara Ken, or that Tibato Lorna Shada.
So then we have the ground is the time of the yoga of freedom from elaboration, as it is said in the Moonlight Sutra. Whatever arises from conditions does not arise on its own. It does not have the nature of arising. And then at the time of the yoga of freedom from elaboration, one realizes that the interdependence of causes and conditions has a nature of freedom from elaboration. One enters into the state of this meditative equipoise and emptiness. So the meaning is the same as what we talked about before, this emptiness and causality. And then the path refers to the yoga of one taste. It is said in the same sutra, whatever relies on conditions is emptiness, and whoever understands emptiness is careful or vigilant, we should say here, instead of intelligent. Careful or vigilant. Yeah, like aware.
Vigilance.
But careful.
In the place of the intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then and then at the time of the yoga of one taste, one realizes the interdependence of causes and conditions. Thus, within the state of emptiness, the fine details of causality emerge without leaving anything out. This is called the union of the path or the union of the training. And then the fruition is the time of the yoga of no more meditation. Since this abiding in non-duality is dependent origination, it is the fundamental nature or state of the dependent origination of causality. So knowing how this cause leads to that result, one will know how results arise in an unmixed way, fully and completely.
Okay, thank you. So now here, if you know this in the Mahamudra, that's called four yogas of Mahamudra. These four yogas of Mahamudra is called, first is called one-pointed yoga, and then a yoga of the free from elaboration, and the yoga of one taste, and yoga of the perfection of meditation. So these are the four yogas. And the first yoga, the one-pointed mind yoga is not described here because it starts from the free from elaboration. This is when you go through the 5 parts. First 2 parts, the part of accumulation and the part of preparation or application, especially at the part of the application or preparation. And there comes the yoga of the one-pointed mind, basically the shamatha, the meditation, the equipoise meditation comes there. So this all part basically follows the meditation. Meditation is very important. Right from the beginning, when you after you study all the necessary texts, books, whatever you study about your meditation practices, all this. Then from there, start the part of the accumulation. In the part of accumulation, there are 3 stages. So called the small accumulation part, and mediocre accumulation part, and the supreme accumulation part. So at the small state, there are small or whatever less, whatever you call. In Tibetan it's called Solam Chung. There are 4 we practice. The practitioners practices the 4 mindfulnesses. The mindfulness of the body. At that time, what you meditate is your body is to release the attachment to the body. So your body is not one thing. It's composed of many causes. It's just nothing but illusory nature. And there's nothing to attach to this. So you meditate on this. And then meditate on the feeling. So all the feeling good, feeling not good, feeling the neutral, feelings are how, where, you investigate, and then you are not attached to your feeling of good or bad, And then there's mindfulness of the mind, So where's the mind? Where you can find, how you attach to this, release those attachment. And then mindfulness of Dharma. Here Dharma means phenomena. All the phenomena are nature of impermanence, all these things. So this, when you meditate on these things, then there's very good, it makes a good foundation to meditate, to achieve the meditation, not just to meditate. Through this method, then allow our mind not to scatter all direction. Instead, will bring your mind in the right place. Yes, I understand. My mind is wandering because I attach to this, I hate to this and that, all this, And now you know there's nothing to attach to. There's no one to hate to. Everything's illusory nature, manifestation. And it's not we Buddhists making them illusion, but how they functions as an illusion, Then that will really help the mind to settle. See, right from there, then we this kind of say how to rest the mind in a meditative state. Then after that, say, without knowing in the past, virtue, non-virtue, so we engage in a lot of non-virtuous activities. We indulge in all the cause of suffering. So by understanding this, that was just, I make myself miserable. No one does that. So we start avoiding all the non-virtue. That what is abandoned, the non-virtue, then we reinforce that. Then we engage in the virtuous practice and then maintain that. So this is called the 4 abandonments. Then after that, they're called 4 miracle feet. It's all meditation now. There comes all the mindfulness. There's the mindfulness, perseverance, the feet of the perseverance, the feet of the mindfulness, the feet of the samadhi itself, the feet of all the dhammas as a now illusory nature. So it's called the 4 feet. So these are the 3 section of the path of accumulation. Then after that, go to the path of application. Then in there it's called Zhe, Zemu, Sherab, Chejo. That's called warm, feeling of warmness. Then the heat is called heat. The heat becomes strong, Zemu. Then that patience. And then there's Chejo, the supreme Dharma. So that what means now, even though you have not experienced the emptiness, but you through the investigation, through the you received from your teacher, everything is within the emptiness. So you have a glimpse of the emptiness. It's called heat. And then that becomes stronger. Then when you experience, not realize, but experience, everything is emptiness. So sometimes it gives you frightened because we're so used to all these things, attached to this. So, everything is empty. Then there you need patience. That's real patience. So that patience becomes supreme. It's called supreme Dharma. So during this meditation, it's called the one-pointed yoga, the yoga of the one-pointed mind. So after that, then you, the practitioners, then after the end of that preparation, the part of preparation or the application, then one directly realize the emptiness. That emptiness called free from all elaboration. Then there's here, see, in the as it is said in the Moonlight Sutra, yes, it's see, that which is born from condition has no birth, because it doesn't have the inherent birth. Some different way of understanding. See, the here translated word we have the ground is the time, the yoga of free, free from elaboration, as it is said in the Moonlight Sutra. I say, whatever arises from condition does not rise from its own. So another way, just to look at it, just what it makes better. That which is born from the condition has no birth. One sentence. Because it does not have inherent birth. See. So in one way, it can improve all this. Then, so on, does not have the nature of arising, as I said. So now here this, in the explanation, you should say now, Gyaltshen tende tingi trobata travarashun nepas, because that which is depends on the causality is remain inherently free from elaboration. Something like that, but we have here at the time of the yoga of free from elaboration, one realizes that the interdependence of the causes and condition, see, and condition has a nature of freedom from elaboration. One enters into the state of this meditative equipoise and emptiness. So that is the so that the yoga of the free from elaboration is realized that which is maintained or remained, the free from elaboration, free from elaboration, that the interdependence of the causality, the causality of the interdependence, which is the nature of the free from elaboration, that realizes when you achieve the first bhumi. See, to take it to stop, that you realize at the time, what's called the yoga of the free from elaboration. So the second yoga now, is the yoga of the free from elaboration. So these are some confusing understanding. Excuse me? Part of seeing, yes, it is called seeing path. It's called seeing path. Tonglam in Tibetan, Tonglam, the path of seeing, path of special seeing. What you see, you see the free from elaboration. Means total emptiness now, because it's total in the equipoise state. And the total in the equipoise state, in that state, then we say the shamatha and vipassana, they emerge without separation. At that moment, you see this free from elaboration, the nature of the all. It's a direct, this kind of fresh, actually it's a fresh, direct emptiness. There's nothing to hide now. There's no doubt, because you perceive it directly. So there's no meditator, there's no meditation, all into one nature, see. So at that moment, what it does is the ego, what we're clinging, something, that's directly cut. In other words, can see that it's a false, confused state. That confusion now directly exhausted at that moment. That's called part of seeing. Okay, so this all are process of meditation. Make sense? Get some glimpse. Since we are not realized, so we're just judging. Closing eyes, it's what is there, what is here. I hope this is what I hope it is that what I'm expecting for. You have no light and your mug is somewhere put on the table. You close your eyes. They say, no, I hope this is my mug. I'm getting into, But these practitioners now have to follow this way.
This position,
yes,
it's very well with in emptiness, no form, no.
Exactly.
This is the point.
It is the point, yeah.
Thank you.
This is the experience, you see. That what we are talking about is intellectual, investigating, or this, we try to debate, this. When you have this experience, there's nothing to debate, So you get that now, the yoga of the free from elaboration. So this is second yoga. And then, so free from elaboration, one enters into the state of the meditative equipoise and emptiness. That's to say, you enter into the third part, the part of seeing, that one. So this is a ground now. You understood the ground, what it's talking about now. See, actually it is a path. No, it's a path, but refer to like say you are capturing is what the ground itself. Otherwise, the four yogas follows the path. Now next it is saying here, the path referred to the yoga of one tense. It is said in the same sutra, it's a continuation of the quotation. Sometimes we have kange tunyishi de payabas, tunyi kanshi pane payaba, same thing, or shebe, the same sutra said, that which depends on the condition is itself is emptiness. Something like that. Whatever relies on condition is emptiness. And that which depends the emptiness, that which depends the condition, itself is emptiness. Whoever understood emptiness is the vigilance or careful. So means now, see, here comes, it said the path. This path refers to the eighth bhumi, Gongchig one taste. Now from the first path, free from elaboration, and you continue the practice, meditation, to the seventh bhumi. When the practitioners arrives at the eighth bhumi, then that individual has the ability to see all within the emptiness. Gongchig, one taste. Samsara, nirvana, one taste. Suffering, happiness, one taste. Now there's no attachment to happiness. There's no hatred to the suffering, because one taste. So that, see, why it is called intelligent, or why it is called vigilance or carefulness, because you know everything manifests from emptiness. Emptiness cannot transcend causalities. All the causes you have created manifest distinctively within in the emptiness. So that Bodhisattva has such a great vigilance. Now, you cannot fool around. See, it's mentioned, no? Vigilance of the causality. What kind of cause you are creating? You know, you're very vigilant what kind of cause you are creating. You see, you don't want to go to hell realm, you know. That's what the wisdom is about. More purified your mind, more kind of insightful you are. The practitioners, you know. So the practitioners are then, they are very conservative when you come to the karma. You know? Okay, this is just a rough understanding. When you see it is at the beginning mentioned, no? When you see all brings all those causalities brings into emptiness, doesn't have much kind of say awareness. The practitioner, meditator, there's how the causalities manifest from within emptiness. They just see all are just natural emptiness. And when that practitioners practice within in the equipoise, this all are practice within the equipoise. You see, it's in the Gongchig text you'll find later. No, Nyambara Shale Yunde Tamje Jungs. Nyambara Shabale Yunde Tamje Jungs. All the qualities will manifest from the equipoise meditative state. Because when you are in that state of all the time in the meditative state, which is within in the Mahamudra, and then all the mental delusions are purified. See, step by step. More you meditate, longer or better the meditation is. So regarding to this like 3-year retreat, in the West we say, 3-year retreat, oh, how you can do that, But for practitioner, 3-year retreat is nothing. Once you have done 3-year retreat, then you have to continue, because you are not enlightened. Make sense? See, for the rest of your life, don't go around. When so Marba asked Milarepa, now you go to your hometown, see there, don't stay longer than a week, and then go to retreat, So that Milarepa did. He went to his hometown, and there he perceived his mother died, his house, at that time, before his father was a very successful businessman, built such a beautiful house, and that is ruined, and his sister scattered. All the things there are ruined, this haunted house. So that gave him such a strong feeling of urgency of the retreat, because seeing all the impermanence. So then he went to retreat and meditated. And then after some years, he could fly in the sky, as you know, when you read his life story. He could fly. And then one of his cousin saw that fly, but cousin was young, so he didn't know. But his father knows Milarepa. So then the cousin said, oh, you see a man flying in the sky, what a wonderful to see, And his father was not happy about that. This is a kind of a corrupted person, And don't let the shadow, come on your head, his cousin, the young boy, said, oh, no, what even you said these things, I still, it's amazing, I feel. Thank you. So Milarepa thought, now looks like it's a good time to come down in the village or in the town and give Dharma teachings. Looks like I can benefit really many people, And just immediately, Marpa from the Buddha field noticed that. Said, no, you don't do that. You stick in the retreat, rest of your life, See? So like that, you see. Even you are in that state, boom, you can fly. Marpa said, until you become Buddha, never do this again, So Milarepa strict in the mountain. So that's we should also know when you have some experiences, and don't proclaim to others, don't advertise. So you try to purify your mind, so as much as purify your mind. That's the most important practice. Most important miracle is more our mental afflictions are kind of less power. That's the real miracle power. Seeing things like deities or light, they come and go. more important. As other day I mentioned, Buddha discouraged to proclaim the individuals, the fruit, some experience. Sometimes some may have such profound meditative state. So in our relation with this as mentioned, a 3-year retreat, it's just to finish the course. Like you finish your it's called PhD? Bachelor, like that, to finish that. Like, or it says like your master degree, just finish that, And that doesn't mean you are perfected in that course, I encounter some individuals, who say, "Oh yes, I know how to fix electricity. I know how to fix the sound system, And I got a degree from that. Then when we at the center, when we had a problem, so can you fix this? And then they looked around a little bit. Oh, now we have to buy a new one, They don't say, I cannot fix, Just say, now we need to buy a new one, See. So these are, all the Dharma practice, just repeating, there's nothing new information, only to reinforce how to purify the mind, bring the Dharma in the heart. That's the very purpose of our Dharma practice, our interest in the Dharma. More you purify the mind and really appreciate, you find your life is meaningful. At least you have a happier life. Then just you enjoy the Dharma. So Dharma, as mentioned, is Buddha's wisdom. So take refuge in the Dharma. Yes.
If that is okay. When the bodhisattva can see directly that the emptiness of causality,
Yes.
because they are not free from the karma, but
No.
seeing this,
Yes.
is it taking the edge of the karma? It won't hit them so hard, or
Karma itself, yes, of course, will manifest. No, they see the nature of the karma is emptiness, but still, the karma itself, the emptiness cannot transcend, as I mentioned, cannot get rid of the karma. But when you have negative as result of the negative karma, like that bodhisattva who is in the first bhumi, suppose get sick, and that sickness is now no longer as a aversion to that. Instead, now they happily experience the karma. So I'm so happy now my negative karma that I have created is now consuming this way. I purify karma this way, and then because it will help to enhance the power of bodhicitta. Then they said the Lord of Tonglen, man training happens. So my suffering, this I have, may become a real cause to purify all the suffering of sentient beings. And I'm very happy to experience this. The suffering is no longer a burden, instead it becomes an ornament. See? So this is the beauty of the Dharma. So there are some prayers, as I'm sure in the booklet, I didn't bring the booklet, it's mentioned, if I'm supposed to sick, let me get sick. All the sickness of the sentient beings are purified by this, and prevail all the happiness in the universe. If I'm supposed to be happy, I'm happy to be that way. And this happiness goes to everywhere. I dedicate to all. If I'm supposed to die, let me die. May die all the delusions of myself and all sentient beings. So like that, you see. So these are, the practice, see. So instead of you are a lot of fear, afraid of everything, good or bad, everything comes, it becomes part of your meditation. It becomes the part of the, it's a part of the meditation. It becomes the part of the meditation. So there's just an example, when a big forest, caught by fire, and burning, and all the woods, the dry, wet, all woods becomes the part of the fire, It becomes with age, the fire become bigger. Not only that, if you throw water and the fire is like throwing oil, becomes so big, So there's the firefighter, they don't use water so much, They use what? Some dust using there, So these are now our practice, you see. So even though we are not there, but still these kind of practices you can do in our daily life. We just admire this, all the path, follow the path, and meditate on, and practice. See, so this called. This is at the time of the yoga of one taste, one realizes the interdependence of causes and conditions. Thus, within the state of the emptiness, the fine details of causality emerges. So, in other words, Ruchik jusu gyukinki tendi tingi tokbes, Tunyi di ngangles, Ruchi at the time of the yoga of the one taste, Dusu, gyukinki tendi tingi tokbes, one realizes one realizes the interdependence of the causality. That means all are within emptiness. So within that emptiness, all the causality distinctively manifest. All the causalities are manifest distinctively. Jungle days, Lamchi Sunju, also this car, Lamchi Sunju Kam Lobe Sunju. This is called the unit, is the unity Sunju, the unity of the path, or it's called the unity of the training. Lamchi Sunju Kam Lamchi Sunju, the union, or the union of the path, or the union of the training. It's called a training path. It's the process of training. So from the 8th bhumi to 9th, 10th, all goes to that way.
You mean that all karmas is
No, not karma. It's not saying karma is going out. But you realize the nature of the inseparable of the appearance and emptiness, or nature of the causality and emptiness, yeah. So from the emptiness, it's manifests all the causality, and the practitioner has the ability to see distinctively whatever the causes you created. So from this cause will have this result. But still, they don't have as much as the Buddha has. I think I told you this story in the past. At the time of Buddha, there was a man who's 100 years old. His name was called Beijing. Since he's 100 years old, he's incapable of now service in the house. He's being clumsy, all this. Then all his house members, now they're saying he should die, he should leave the house. He's useless here, So he was so depressed. Now he was thinking, what should I do now? I'm so old. So what should I do? Then he heard, if one becomes a monk in the monastery, then there's a lot of privileges. So then he went to Rajgir, where Buddha was. And then that day, he arrived sometime in the morning. Then he went to the monastery and asked, where's the Buddha? And that time, Buddha was kind of in a different place. And then he heard Buddha is not there. So then, who's the next to Buddha? Says senior teacher. He heard of Shariputra. So he went to Shariputra, request, please ordain me, I am really very interested to become monk. And Shariputra looked at him, such old man, now how he can learn reading and writing, and memorizing all the texts. Then how he can meditate. He's so old, Then Shariputra said, you are outdated. And, you cannot become a monk, Then he said, I can't go back to my house, because all the house, the members are just, throwing me out. So now he put his head on the doorstep of the temple, and he was just crying, Not only Shariputra, he went other senior monks, They all said, if Shariputra cannot accept, how we can accept? Because he's the most senior, disciple of Buddha. So while he was crying at the doorstep, then Buddha came, Buddha came by, and Buddha said, what happened with you, Then he explained all his, life details. Buddha said, oh yes, you can become a monk, And the Mongoliana, it's called Mongoliana. So then the monk rushed and called Mongoliana. Buddha said, Mongoliana, you should train this, make a monk and train this one, And Mongoliana said, oh, this is a lot of, this heavy duty, But I cannot reject because Buddha asked for, So then he ordained this old man, and then he was a part of the monk community. And then there's a lot of, he was now became a novice monk, Even though he's old, but he's still novice monk. So a lot of young novice monk rushing here. walking back and forth in the temple and they're kicking him, pushing him back, So because he's incapable of doing anything, even though he's a novice, all the novice monks supposed to be good service, So then he said, "Oh boy, now when I was in my family house, and everybody just knocking me down. Now here again, in the monastery, all this young novice monk, giving me such a hard time. Now this life is now useless." He was so depressed, and then he went next to the river and taking off his clothes, started jumping to the river, suicidal. And Mongolian noticed there. He said, "What are you doing here?" So he was a little embarrassed, but he expressed his desperation. So then Mongolian thought, this old man needed some lessons, So he took. There's a long history. There's long stories. If you read the complete guide to Buddhist path, the story I described there. So there's long stories there, each and every the result of the karma, step by step, So at the end, there's a huge dinosaur kind of, in the ocean, dead, and just bone, skeleton in the ocean. The ribs are so big that he can walk on the ribs. It's like a small trail. And asked Mongoliana, "Who's this? What is this about?" And the Mongoliana said, "This is one of your previous life. So you are rebirth of this life." And then he was really frightened. Please tell me what about this? What happened? All this? Then Mongoliana explained all the details. Said, "If you die now," he said, "it's not free. If you have karma, you can be reborn like this kind of, So then he was really concerned. He said, he begged, "Please give me the instruction of meditation, please, And then Mongoliana gave him the Vipassana and this Shamatha meditation. And without any doubt, then he's meditated, so strongly. Now, there was no any doubt for him, and he meditated on that. Not too long after that, he actualized Arhat. He actualized Arhat. So then Mongoliana and they together flew in the sky back to the temple. And all the monks just saw, kind of impressed. Even this old monk, if he practiced that, he can achieve in the Arhat enlightenment. So the devotion to Buddha grew. So Buddha knows now everything. Even Shariputra doesn't know, and Buddha knows about this. So that's how Buddha's wisdom is what I'm talking about, So the Bodhisattvas, for the 8th, 10th, 9th, 10th Bhumi, they have such great incisive wisdom, but they don't have as Buddha has. So this is what we're talking about. Let's see. Now next is this. Here we have Debun Kondo Mebe duties. Te Nisu Meba Neba Tini, Dendi Yimbe, Gunteji Tenjing, Dawa Chungwe, Shita, Pap, Dundilan Debun Dijung, Susur, Mantepa Yunsu, Sobor Jungwa, Kendes. Now, said the fruition is the time of the yoga of no more meditation. This is now fourth yoga. The fourth yoga. So there are four yoga, the one-pointed yoga, and the free from elaboration yoga, and the yoga of the one taste, and then the yoga of the perfection of the meditation. So it's called no more meditation. Okay, it's the no more meditation of the perfection of the meditation. That say the condom 2 days. The news maybe never the best. So now since or the news never say never remains in the inseparability nature of that interdependent. Yimbe Gongchig tenjing drawa jungwa. Gongchig tenjing drawa. So the interdependence of the causality jungwa. That she pop. She what do we have here? Fundamental nature.
And state.
And a state of fundamental nature. Other what you said?
La.
Interdependent, fundamental nature.
Fundamental nature and state of the dependent origination of causality.
Okay, yes. So sometimes they use as this called it is the we can say it is the state of nature of the mode of abiding. Sometimes there's this has the literal meaning. Mode of M-O-D-E. Mode, the mode of abiding. She. And pop, say, mode of, so what's it called, disposition. Some kind of, say, it doesn't convey so well the meaning. It's a very particular terminology. It's very profound. She. It is the characteristic of the mode of abiding. It is just understood that it is the characteristic of the reality nature of the all the phenomena as it is. So this just to get the meaning, So let's say the fundamental nature. It's right, fundamental nature is good, but to understand that, so there's the causality of the interdependent. The causality of the interdependent, that means that nature itself is emptiness. So here interdependent is not different from the emptiness. So they're same nature. So that is the characteristic is we're talking about the characteristic of the mode of abiding of all phenomena. That nature, what that is, if you ask, is emptiness. So that emptiness is the interdependent. There's no separation on that. So that's the fruition, Buddhahood. In the Buddhahood, it's called the perfection, the yoga of the perfection state. And in that, because it's called perfection, all the delusions of the mind are fully purified. Because of that, the Buddha's wisdom now perceive all phenomena now as it is. In that now there's no fabrication. So all the fabrications that we have is through our mental delusion. Now, more we purify, there's a less fabrication. See, that's what is important. So when you have such a gross mental affliction, then we perceive this all as a permanent. And even though there's no self, there's a self. So this is all fabrication. So then when you see as the impermanence, so that fabrication is less, you see. You are closer to the reality of the phenomena. Step by step, then you purify and you see more kind of feeling of the impermanence. Then you see, yes, I understand. That's true, And then when you come closer to this, you can see impermanence. And then there's no attachment. You see, when there's no attachment, then you feel really peaceful. And there's less hope and fear. See, when there's no so much hope and fear, and then see, peace is there, happiness is there. So here said, So it is, knowing how this cause lead to that result, one will know how results rises in an unmixed way, fully and completely. So at the Buddhahood, the state of the Buddha, then the Kudile Debudichums, from this cause will manifest this result. This result is manifest from this cause. Directly can perceive. So that's why Buddha can tell in any individual in the front of Buddha, you did this result will come this life, next life, and after many lifetimes it can come, So that's what is So from this cause, the result will manifest. So these are sort of mantepa, without any mixed, without confusion, basically, without confusion. Yunsutoba completely, perfectly can understand or know.
Was this the example of the mushroom with every little?
Yes, like that, you see. The gill of the mushroom. So all is precise like that. Buddha's wisdom is like that kind of wisdom. So it makes sense? So now it's how you can now see. Amazing, Now I'm sure by now you have a little bit changed your mind to understand what Buddha's teaching is about. Not here, yes. Yeah.
One-pointed yoga,
yes.
Is that like mindfulness?
Yeah, all this all goes to, mindfulness goes right from beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is specific about?
Specific about is a meditation. Equipoise meditation. It's called equipoise meditative state. It's a one-pointed state. Yeah. That becomes such an important, crucial foundation to manifest this special insight. From that, then the yoga of the free from elaboration comes from.
I'm just thinking of
Mm?
About the ego, when we talk about ego,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds so, the word ego sounds so solid because it made up of so
Mm-hmm.
many confusing things.
Mm-hmm.
It would, like, if we talked about all those
Yeah.
things, it would be like more seeing the
Mm.
impermanence
Yeah.
of ego.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of used.
Exactly. Ego, self, something like solid, yes, as you mentioned, So that is a distorted mind. It's confused mind. It's a fabrication. Because it's totally fabricated. It's because it's not exist. It's not saying, there's no label. But it is what is saying is not exist as we perceive. So that's why if you reflect more, everything is illusory nature, emptiness, that will help us to lose the concept of the rigidness. Because when we have the concept of the ego, then you see how much we're entangled. See? Entangled within the net of the causality of the cause for the suffering. Yes.
Is suffering a problem only when you become aware of that you are suffering?
Excuse me, what you said first?
Suffering?
Yes.
Is that the problem only when you are aware of that you are suffering?
No, it's just if you're aware of the suffering, I think it's very good. Then you look at what kind of cause of this. You see. Then you see you have opportunity to look to find out what's the cause of suffering. See. Then from there you get all the opportunity to study Dharma about, like say, 10 virtue, 10 non-virtues. First, just at the beginning, all of this. Then from there you start. It's very. Then also not just. Of course, many people they know they are suffering, but they don't accept suffering. That's one thing. So, why I deserve this suffering? Now I've done nothing wrong. So why they complain about that. But if you accept the suffering, then look at the cause of the suffering. See? And then when we know slowly step, as we discussed, this is my mental delusion. Is the root cause of the suffering.
Can it also be a mixture of chemicals in the brain?
No, not so much to change the brain.
No, but I mean, can suffering be a mixture
Yeah.
of chemicals in the brain?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible, yes. Yeah, that's these things we have to be careful, like what you eat, where you are. Now there are a lot of, mixed, in the world. Some they try to take advantage of you. They mix a lot of things, and some they are very, very kind. So these things are this, you know. So you just be careful, yeah. Yeah.
Talking about doctors? Who are you talking about?
Anything. Yeah, anything. Some doctors, they make you sick. You know?
Too much medicine.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
I would like to recite once again 2 lines of the Gongchig.
Yes, yes, please recite, yeah. Whatever you like.
Understanding that there is nothing else than mind. Okay, maybe I will be, I might understand it after 100 kalpas, but then there will be another step.
Mm-hmm.
One thereafter realizes that even the mind is non-existing.
That's right.
But then I have a little problem with
Yeah.
that line.
Those 2 lines from the ornament, the Dorje, the ornament of Sutra. Yeah, Maitreya, yes. Semle sheme pa no lurina, then semja meba nido talks in Tibetan. When you realize, when one realizes everything is nothing but mind, then one will realize the mind is not exist.
Okay, but what does exist?
Oh.
But what does exist?
What does exist?
Yes. Because we have such a nice shirt from Gyaltshen and Rinpoche.
Yes.
Whenever we meditate, our
Yeah.
minds are one.
Yes,
But when our minds do not exist,
that's
what
right.
what is one?
Yes. Then you ask Gaja Rinpoche.
But I'm sure you should also answer.
That's a Gaja Rinpoche's quotation. I cannot refute that.
No, but you can explain.
I think what he means is all our mind is one.
Yeah.
Means all our mind is within in the emptiness, so it makes one. Yeah. Emptiness, there's no distinguish. All no, so there's neither one nor no two, you know. It's all inseparable nature within in the emptiness. That's possible, I guess. Yes, Dharmakaya. Yes.
But an enlightened mind.
Enlightened, or actually it's enlightened or unenlightened. Basically same nature. But you realize, when you achieve Dharmakaya, then you realize that that nature itself is. You know, that's as we talked about the ground Mahamudra, you know, and the part Mahamudra, the fruition Mahamudra. So it's good.
Yes.
Now I think we have done quite well during this time, and you have enough things there to digest. Yeah, I'm so happy, you know, this came out well, you know, and now, of course, the Konchog is so profound, you know, it's such a precious. It will take a lot of our time, so just, you know, but it's, at the beginning, it's beautiful, you know, it's everything so positive, So especially when you're talking about the Buddha nature, it's always positive. So it's always a solution of our suffering. And it always gives you some kind of potential, energy. Yes, there's a possibility. Yes, I can do it. And then also it gives you some kind of urgency. So yes, I must do it. Because there's no alternative. It's not a Buddhist thing, It's universal. Like everybody eats the food. Whoever that individual is, as long as you're the body, even insects, everyone, So Dharma is a food. It's a universal food. Just see that, and then you appreciate, rejoice, practice Dharma joyfully. That's very important. This is the how to free from the fear we have. We have a lot of fear. So this is how you can achieve the free from the fear, free from hope and fear. This is within me. And then, like as you mentioned, like if you do the short Guru Yoga or any other practices you do, it's okay, Well, like the short Guru Yoga, if you do that, and then combining these teachings, read occasionally, reflect, because we forget so much. I do, So, forget so much, So then once I remind sometimes, the best reminding is when they ask to teach, then I have no other choice, I have to try my best, to bring out, to express, then it helps me, to remind myself. Then I also, it reminds me how I should appreciate myself. This precious Dharma teachings, Just feel, we're so fortunate, And then when you kind of share this kind of thing, it's such a great joy, sharing the wisdom, and this is unending. This kind of sharing, you will never exhaust. If you have some wealth to share, you will exhaust, after giving some time, then you finish, But this you can share hundreds of thousands of millions of trillions of people, you'll never exhaust, They say, if you have there's 100 butter lamp, if you from one your candle, that will never exhaust. Even the hundred and thousands of butter lamp, So like that, the wisdom will never exhaust, And it's universal, you see. So I want to say thank you, all your participation,
Thank you.
and making interest and continue. And then you can try to share to others, your friends, families. Just say it's not a religious belief. It's not a brainwashing, Wash your brain, Yeah. But you say it washes your confusion. Okay. Now we want to take a deep breath, inhale fully, and you just release all the tension. So please inhale fully. Exhale. Now please reflect all things that we went through just first say like ground Mahamudra, the path Mahamudra, the fruition Mahamudra, and how all things are constituted within the framework of emptiness, and how everything manifests from the emptiness, and how they are inseparable nature. Like my thought, all of my thoughts comes from emptiness. When it dissolves into emptiness. And now that my thoughts and emptiness are inseparable. So there's nothing to cling on that. There's nothing to hold on it. Let it go. Let it purify. So follow this practice. Every day be mindful on this practice. Nobody can give you real happiness or joy. The only we can manifest happiness and joy within in our own mind through the tool of this precious Dharma teaching. So that's why how Buddha has great wisdom and compassion to share this to all sentient beings. So I'm the one of the all sentient beings. So I'm so grateful and I'm so fortunate. And do these practices without expectation. We just simply need to work with the cause. Okay. Then we'll say dedication prayers. Page 32. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root and lineage lamas, divine assemblies of Yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, yogins, yoginis, and dakinis, dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer.
May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Sravaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading morals, and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of mind as such, and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
And next page. Start. May is by yes.
Virtues are collected in the three times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment.
May the teachings of the
great
glorious
Rinpoche, Ratnashri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation and meditation until the end of samsara.
Thank you so much.
Page 28.
What?
Page 28.
Oh, okay.
For this realm
Encircled by snow-covered mountains, you are the source of every benefit and bliss without exception. Tenzin Gyatso, you who are one with Avalokiteshvara, may you remain steadfast until samsara's end. Embodiment of the three jewels, Padmapani, who holds the teachings of the victorious one, seeing the all-goodness meaning with the wisdom eye, may you, who are spontaneously established activities, live long for hundreds of kalpas. Noble Manjushri, the Lord of Speech, who manifests to behold the teachings of the Triple Gem, who raises the lamp of the sage's teachings, may you, who are the light of the Dharma, live long for hundreds of kalpas. The one known in the Holy Land as Aryadeva, emanated into the Gar clan of eastern Tibet as Chödingpa, the hard son of Jigten Sungkön. May the life of glorious Gyaltshen remain steadfast for 100 aeons. You who are richly endowed with the glorious wealth of Dharma knowledge, who through reflecting and meditating have actualized the self-aware absolute reality and shine with the 100,000 light rays of ethical discipline of the Buddha Dharma, may you, Khenchen Ratnadatta, live long.